Hey guys, it's Saskia with Posty and I'm super excited because today I am going to try to do a hot compost meant for a balcony. This is my first time trying it. I've read a lot of books and watched a lot of videos and I think I've got it figured out. What we're going to need are some browns, and I'm going to be using dried leaves, twigs that are going to go at the base of our compost, some soil, about 2 to 3 cups, our scraps, 2 5-gallon buckets, a drill with a 1/4-inch drill bit, and then a large rock. And that's about all we need to get started. So we are going to kick things off by drilling, specifically at the top of the lid, and we're going to go around and drill holes about 1 to 2 inches apart. And then we're going to repeat this process around the sides of the bucket and the bottom. And obviously, the more powerful your drill is, the faster this process is going to go. So if you need to borrow one, it will save you tons of time. It's definitely worth it. So drilling these holes not only allow for drainage, but it's also a crucial part of getting oxygen into your compost and actually having it decompose more quickly. So now we're on our second bucket, and here we're going to be drilling less holes, about 10 to 15 throughout the whole bucket, probably 3 to 4 inches apart. And this is going to eliminate the possibility of a vacuum seal between the two buckets, meaning that air is going to flow through both of them. And then the next part is super straightforward. We are going to stack bucket number 1 in bucket number 2. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to break those dried twigs and we're going to place them at the bottom of our compost. And this is to promote drainage, because as our organic material decomposes, liquid is part of that process. So this way it'll flow through to the bottom bucket. And that liquid's actually called compost tea, and it is an incredible plant fertilizer. So then we're going to add a handful of leaves right on top of the dried twigs. And now we're ready for our scraps, and I am just going to go ahead and dump those guys in. And then I'm actually going to use that same container to measure out 3 portions of our browns. And I'm using dried leaves, but honestly you can use cardboard, you can use newspaper, any sort of paper product or carbon material. So the next step is adding soil. They always recommend using finished compost, but I don't have that because I'm a beginner. So 2 to 3 cups of soil, I grabbed some from the park, and then you're going to want to stir it up. Final step, seal that bin up, put your big rock on top as some extra prevention against critters, and boom, we made a compost. Congratulations! A few last reminders: you're going to want to check your compost in 2 to 3 days and turn it to make sure you're getting enough oxygen. If you add more food, maintain that 3-to-1 ratio, and if you feel it, it should feel like a wrung out sponge. And other than that, we will see you next week. If you have questions in the meantime, check out goposty.com.